Well, OBS. OBS is hard for me to remember because there's a product that is sold at the Home Depot called OSB. And I've said that many more times than I've said OBS. So you'll have to bear with me if I repeat that incorrectly. What I'm doing is I'm just making a recording to document for posterity and for anybody who's had issues with their Steinberg UR44C interface, figuring out the software that comes with it. If you have this particular software, I have this, it works with my Logic. I guess if you have Cubase, you might have a different version. But there was a particular issue that I had to troubleshoot, and I thought it might be useful to show how to fix that. There's two issues. So in the software, there is, here, let's see if I go to the software. I don't necessarily want to show all this stuff, but here, let's hide this. OBS. This is mix number 1. This is only going to go out, these faders. Let me rephrase that. These faders are going to go into your computer. For Logic, these will show up as inputs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The issue comes in, and then here, before we get to that, this is mix number 2. This is a mix that is going to go out headphones number 2. Mix number 1 goes out headphones number 1. In my version, you can only do either both mixes to, or sorry, either mix 1 to both headphones 1 and 2, or you can do mix 2 to headphones 2, mix 1 to headphones 1. That's a separate issue from how they have the routing coming in and out of the box. Mix 1 is your input faders. These act as input faders. At least the way I'm experiencing it. If I turn down these faders or mute them, nothing goes into the computer. At least that's been my experience. But that wasn't my issue. My issue is that I was trying to get into the computer but not have those inputs come back out. And the way to make it work, for me anyway, was to not use the fader on input 1. I have it up, but I switch the output so that instead of having fader 1 up on mix 1 and have it come, because if it's up, it's going to come out of the main output. I switched from using the main output to using outputs 3 and 4. Outputs 3 and 4 are labeled as output 2, left and right. That kind of makes sense if the main output was output 1, but there's also an output 1, left and right. So that was a little confusing. You may be confused. That may be why you're watching this video. Okay, so and then in Logic, to get Logic to come out 3 and 4, you just pick 3 and 4, which is, like I said, output 2 on the back. Now I have that going into my mixer so I can play Logic. I'm doing OBS, and so I had to configure. How did I configure? I had to go into audio video settings. And tell it, oh, how did I do that? Oh, yeah, you have to configure the speakers. You have to, here, are we here? Yeah. We're looking at the audio devices, the audio MIDI setup, the audio devices window. You have to click on your interface and do configure speakers, and then there you can change your left, right, which outputs those are. So I'm using UR44 Mix to left is what they call it. See how confusing that is? Mix to left is, I mean, it is on the back, it is actually 3 and 4. Right? Yeah. Because I have 3 and 4 going into my mixer. It's the only thing coming out of the Steinberg. And I can hear it because I have selected mix to left and mix to right. So that's how you can listen to Logic coming out of its output 3 and 4 through the Steinberg hardware mix to left and to right, and not hear your mic, which is coming out of mix 1, which is output, main left right output. So, but the mic is going into Logic. Or I'm not using it in Logic, I'm using it in my computer. It's going into the computer. It's going into OBS. Because I have fader 1 in mix 1 up and not muted. If I were to pull it down, I mute it, you don't hear it. That's my guess. Unless I'm wrong. I could be wrong. If I pull up mix 2, that's output 3 and 4. It's going to come out my speakers, and I'm going to get feedback. Because mix 2 is actually what's going out, output 3 and 4. So if I want to hear Logic, I have to have the DAW. I have to have the DAW fader up. Which means what? It means that the DAW can come out 3 and 4 because I have that fader up. Outputs 3 and 4 are a lot louder than the main output as well. I had to pull this fader down to -24. So it's pretty significant. But the actual the audio I'm sending to OBS is coming out the main 1 and 2. I think that is because you can't really change what's going to OBS or whatever. It's like the input to the computer is going to be mix 1 regardless. That's the way I think it's working, because I can pull this fader and pull the music down in mix 2, but I can't if I do that in mix 1, and if I do that in mix 2, that's just the sound in my speakers. I can turn that up and down, but you should not be hearing that. Other than that, it's gonna get picked up on this mic a little bit. So I know it's confusing. I probably confused you more. Just maybe rewatch the video. Hope that helps. And if you like this and it was helpful, like and subscribe. I'm not on here that much. I'm just learning. Thank you.